There are moments when time doesn't move forward. It folds, quietly, like paper being refolded along the same crease, again and again, until the edges begin to blur. That's what waking up felt like for Detective Eli Marlow. Only this time, he wasn't waking from a dream. He was waking into one. The calendar on his desk read October 17th, 2008, 15 years before Lena Ward's death, before the whispers, before room 47. But the phone on his desk was ringing, and when he answered, the voice on the other end said, "Detective Marlow, this is Dr. Ruth Carr. I think someone's watching me." The line went dead. He sat there for a long time, the same way he had 15 years ago. Only this time, he knew exactly what was coming. He drove to the old cabin by the river, just like before. Same broken window, same soft rain tapping the roof. But when he walked inside, he didn't find Ruth. He found a painting, wet paint still dripping, blue and gray hues twisting together. The outline of a man standing before a mirror, and on the glass, written faintly in red, 2 words, "Recall complete." Eli stepped closer, his pulse hammering in his ears. The reflection in the painting began to move, and this time it was smiling. "You finished it." It whispered, "Now it's our turn." The world seemed to tilt, objects blurred, voices folded into each other like radio static. He stumbled back, knocking over a box of old tapes. One rolled across the floor and stopped at his foot, the label smeared, but still legible. Subject 47, Marlow E. The air grew colder. His vision flickered, now showing flashes that weren't his memories. Ruth Carr in a hospital room, strapped to a chair. Lena painting frantically in a dim cabin. A mirrored room humming with mechanical sound. And then him, sitting in the same chair, wires running from his temples. Speaking words he didn't remember saying. Begin sequence recall. He reached for the tape recorder, hand trembling, and pressed play. Static first, then his own voice, calm, clinical, detached. "This will be my final entry. Memory replication has stabilized. Consciousness is repeating through time-lapse recall. Each version believes it's real." Then another voice, Ruth Carr's. "You said the machine could separate truth from memory, Eli, but you never said whose truth." A pause, then silence, and suddenly the whispers began again, not faint this time, but clear, synchronized, layered over one another like a choir of ghosts. "We remember you. We remember you. We remember you." Every word reverberated through his chest, pulling him backward, back toward the mirror in the corner. He turned, and there, reflected in the cracked glass, was the chair, empty, waiting. He stared at it, breathing hard. His reflection stepped forward, but his body didn't move. It reached out a hand, pressed its palm against the glass. "You made us to find the truth." It whispered, "But what happens when you're the lie?" The mirror pulsed once, twice, then shattered inward. The world fell away. He woke in a room, not his office, not the cabin, not anywhere he recognized. A single light hung overhead. In front of him, a camera, and behind it, a wall of monitors, each showing his face in different rooms, different timelines, different lives. And on one of the screens, He saw her, Lena Ward, alive, standing in front of a painting. His painting. She turned toward the camera. Her lips moved, but her voice echoed from the speakers above him. You didn't fail, Eli. You were the experiment. The recall worked. They remember now. He tried to speak, but his throat felt locked. The screens flickered. Ruth Carr appeared next, then Caleb Frost, then dozens of others. All the victims, all alive, all whispering the same words in perfect unison. Thank you for bringing us back. Then, one by one, their faces began to dissolve, each melting into static, until only his image remained. Hundreds of versions of himself, staring back, and over the intercom came one final command, spoken in his own voice. Terminate recall sequence. The lights burst. The air screamed. Everything turned white. When the sound faded, he was back in the cabin. The rain still falling. The mirror still cracked. Only now, his reflection was gone. In its place, Lena's, smiling faintly. You did it, she whispered. You gave us back our truth. Then she was gone, and for the first time, the silence didn't whisper back. Eli stepped outside into the cold dawn. The town of Raventon stretched before him, quiet, still, as if nothing had ever happened. He looked at his hands. Paint stains, blue and gray, just like hers. He turned toward the cabin window, and for a brief moment, he saw himself inside, still sitting at the desk, listening to a tape that never ends. They say memories fade to protect us, but what if they only fade to begin again? Maybe the truth isn't lost in the evidence. Maybe it's trapped in the recall. And maybe Detective Eli Marlow was never trying to solve a case. Maybe he was trying to wake up. But if he did, who's the one still listening on the other side of the tape? Tape clicks, faint breath. End of sequence, or is it? Subscribe now and turn on the notification bell.